And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We got a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to twitch.tv/takesbyfans. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. So however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered multiple ways. Alrighty, today's a big old Thursday. We've got Thursday night football on tonight. Browns at Broncos tonight. Gonna be a good one. No Baker Mayfield, unfortunately, so not the greatest for the Browns. Gonna be rocking with Case Keenum. We've got to finish up our film study from last night that we didn't get to, Raiders at Broncos. We want to take a look at Teddy Bridgewater. So when we do our film study for today, we can kind of get a nice glimpse of which side of the bet are we going to be on for today's Thursday night game. We'll also look at Case Keenum as well, because he got into the game last week for the Browns. He threw it 3 times. So it's a small sample size, but what has Case Keenum done for us lately? We'll take a look at that as well. And then we'll, predict a line and react to that as well. Going to be predicting all the week 7 lines, not just the Thursday night game, but we'll see where we stack up with Vegas's thinking and if there's any more disrespect. We found some disrespect last week. 3 great disrespectful values that we cashed in last week. Cardinals +3, utter disrespect, and then the Titans +5.5 that rose all the way up to Titans +6. Once again, disrespect. We cashed in, bingo bango. So we'll be looking for that today as well. And then also, if we have time in the show, I want to take a look at all of Sam Darnold's incompletions. There was 24 incomplete passes thrown by Sam Darnold in that game last Sunday. Were they all on Sam Darnold? Were they all on the receivers? Who were they more on? So if we have time in the show, I do want to get to that as well to, see, was Sam Darnold just playing poor, or was his receivers not helping him out? We know some instances of his receivers not helping him out, but we want to get a clear number of those 24. Was it 12 and 12? Was it 20 and 4? Sam Darnold? So we'll take a look at that if we have time in the show, which we probably won't. So if we can't do it today, we should be able to fit it in on Saturday's show, but we'll see. So, without further ado, there was basketball on last night as well, so we got to do our daily NBA 10. Unfortunately, we do not have the on-screen clock working just quite yet, so we're going to have to keep track on our phone, but we are going to increase it to 15 minutes today because there was 11 big old games on. So, without further ado, let's enter our NBA 10. The next 15 minutes are purely NBA, breaking it down, and when the siren goes off, we got to stop. So here we go. Our NBA Daily 10 starts right now. Alrighty, here we go. Big day in the NBA last night. 11 games played. Sheesh. And there were some great performances. So let's start with the first game up here, and that's Pacers at Hornets. And man, oh man, LaMelo Ball having an absolutely great game. Well, let's tell you the winner here. 123-122 win. 1-point win for the Hornets last night over the Pacers. So let's start here with the Hornets since they got the win. LaMelo Ball, folks, 31 points, 7 assists, 9 rebounds on 47% shooting, and 7 of 9 from 3. Sheesh, the man is balling out. And the best thing about it, he only had 2 turnovers. This man was absolutely great last season, but now his second year, full season under his belt, this man is taking off big time and helping out. Kelly Oubre Jr., newest addition here for this Hornets team, and he played all right, 2 of 9 from 3. Obviously not the greatest, got to get that up. We know he was kind of floundering big time on that Warriors team, kind of playing second fiddle to Steph Curry, and now he's in the kind of same spot here with this Hornets team, playing second fiddle to LaMelo Ball. So we'll see if he can kind of work his way into what needs to be done for Kelly Oubre Jr. at the 2 here. So he had 14 points, 3 rebounds, but the shooting was not there. It wasn't there last year either. So we could see if Tsunami Poppy Kelly Oubre Jr. can get back to, his old Tsunami ways. Mason Plumley at the 5, solid 5 here. Not a a tier 1 big, not a tier 3 big, a solid kind of tier 2 big out here, maybe borderline low tier 1, but solid performance by Mason Plumley. 8 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, fantastic. And then Gordon Hayward doing his thing, 27 points, shooting the ball 22 times, and Miles Bridges at the 4 doing his thing as well. So Hornets overall team is looking solid so far. This is going to be an exciting team to watch. Watch out for LaMelo Ball and see how long he can keep up this fantastic level of play. And then when we go to the Pacers, this is classic Pacers. No, Domantas Sabonis leading the team, 33 points, 15 rebounds, classic, 4 of 6 from the 3. This is literally Domantas Sabonis, and it's two-way T Domantas Sabonis because he had the game-winning shot right here. Pacers down 1 point. He gets a nice little kind of fadeaway bank shot trying to go for right here. Here it goes. And it does not go. So unfortunate. Domantas Sabonis, classic, loses. Good performance, always lost in the shuffle. So that's probably what we're going to be seeing from this Pacers team. Great performances by Sabonis. Overall lackluster record. Classic Pacers. And that's really all they've got. They got Malcolm Brogdon at the 1, 28 points, 11 assists. Once again, real good, but you're going to lose these games. So Pacers, they got to get that another oomph. They got to get that oomph to put them over these close losses over here. They've been doing it for 2 or 3 years, but well done for the Hornets, and we'll see how they're looking progressing for the rest of the season, but out to a hot start with their first win. All right, next game up here is the Bulls at Pistons, and this is the Bulls, folks. This is this new look Bulls. Lonzo at the 1, Zach Levine at the 2, DeMar DeRozan at the 3, Patrick Williams at the 4, and Vucevic at the 5, and this is a good-looking team. Lonzo Ball showing out, not as good as LaMelo Ball, but still really good out here. 12 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds. He was a plus 17 on the floor, and that's what we know of Lonzo Ball. He's got some pretty solid defense. Yes, he's a good one, passing and scoring, but he's also a solid defender, plus 17, the highest plus minus on the Bulls last night. Zach Levine, the classic, he's the one that kind of started this new era of Bulls basketball out here. 34 points, 4 assists, 7 rebounds. He's getting it done. Vucevic at the 5, 15 points, 15 rebounds, a plus 13. We'll take that all day. And then DeMar DeRozan, finally off of that Spurs team last year, now has a chance to win, and they're winning games. 17 points, 7 rebounds, a plus 5 on the floor. Watch out for this Bulls team. They don't have the best bench. They got Alex Caruso from the Lakers, but, he's not going to be good not on the Lakers. Off the bench, he had 3 points on 1 of 5 from shooting on 27 minutes. So that's basically the best bench player that they have. So that's going to be something to maybe look at the trade deadline. And how blasphemous is this? Derrick Jones Jr. didn't play because of a coach's decision. Man, how this man has fallen. We've been tracking this man for the last 2 seasons. We really love what we see from Derrick Jones, the explosiveness that he has. Just doesn't really know what his role is on a team here. Can never figure it out. He was starting last season. I forgot who on the Bulls got injured, so they moved Derrick Jones into the starting lineup. Never really made an impact. They move him back down to the bench. Once again, no impact here. And now he's not even playing? You're telling me Derrick Jones Jr. can't come off this bench of Troy Brown Jr., Javonte Green, Alex Caruso, Elise Johnson, and then Ayo Dosunumu? What are we talking about here? So get Derrick Jones Jr. back in this game, and hopefully this man can be an explosive off-the-bench player for this Bulls team. But overall, the starting lineup is going to be a nice starting lineup to watch for. Got to work on the bench, though. All right, and then the Pistons, they're going to be not very good. Yes, they've got Jeremy Grant. Okay, Jeremy Grant, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 40% on 20 shots, 3-5 from the 3. That's their best player by far. We can trust nobody else. Killian Hayes at the 1, Frank Jackson at the 2, Sadiq Bey, second year, we believe, right? Second year, 1 year experience, 2 years experience, getting a little bit better, but is he ready to take this next step to be kind of a pivotal number 2 on this team? Absolutely not. And then Isaiah Stewart at the 5. So this Pistons team really has no great pieces besides Jeremy Grant, and you really need at least 3 great superstars on your team to be competitive and potentially win the chip. So Pistons, it's going to be a long season. Well done with the Bulls getting the first win, 94-88 over the Pistons. All right, let's head over to Boston at the Knicks, and man-to-man double overtime right here, but I don't know if this Celtics team is going to be good, folks. Obviously Jason Tatum's very good, and Jaylen Brown's very good as well, but we got Marcus Smart as their starting point guard. Ooh, Dennis Schroeder's coming off the bench. Ooh, I don't know about that. Grant Williams at the 4. Robert Williams now kind of the true 5 here. I'm all about him. We saw him getting better as the season progressed last season. No Daniel Daniel Tice, he gets moved. I forget where he went, but we're going to talk about him, so we'll find out in a second. But Robert Williams playing the 5 here, 16 points, 10 rebounds, really good physical big out here. I'm looking forward to watching this man play for the rest of the season. I don't know how far this Celtics team is going to go. I don't know if Jason Tatum is ready to kind of be the A1 tier 1 player on a winning team. I know he's very, very good. I'm not kind of knocking Jason Tatum, but when we look at kind of who wins in this league, you need kind of that dominant ball in his hand. When you need a score, you go to him, like a LeBron, like a Kevin Durant, like a Steph Curry. Can Jason Tatum be one of these big enough players to carry this team single-handedly? Because all the players that we just read off here for the Celtics team, it's Jason Tatum's team. Obviously, nobody's doubting that. And Jaylen Brown is a very solid supporting cast. Number 2, I mean, he had 46 points last night, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. He's playing the 2 here. That's where he should be playing. So we'll just see if Jason Tatum can carry this team by himself. Unfortunately, they lost in double overtime last night. And then for the Knicks, I mean, we get Kemba Walker here as the starting point guard. I don't think I like that either. I think I'd put Derrick Rose as the starting point guard. Just Kemba Walker, he doesn't know winning. He won last night, but it wasn't really because of him. Kemba Walker, 10 points, 8 rebounds, only 3 assists. 3 assists on 35 minutes in double overtime? Okay. But RJ Barrett, the 19 points, fantastic. Julius Randle picking up exactly where he left off in the regular season last season. Remember, because the playoffs weren't the best for the man, but regular season, Julius Randle is back, folks. 35 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. Sheesh, 3 of 8 from the 3. Not terrible, not great. And then 44% on 27 shots. We'll take it. Evan Fournier, man, oh man, he's a solid 2 here as well for this Knicks team, going against his former team. 32 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals. Fantastic out here by Evan Fournier. And I said he wasn't on the Celtics last year. I take that back. I retract that. He was with the Magic. I think it was with the Magic last season. Either way, he's a Knick now, and he did very, very well. So I don't know about Kemba Walker in the starting lineup here. So we'll see if that changes as the season progresses. But the Knicks get the first win of the season, 138-134 in double overtime. It almost kind of blew a lead there in the fourth quarter, but they get it done in double OT. Next game up here is Washington at the Raptors, and Washington, the Wizards, get the win 98-83 over the Raptors. Alrighty, this kind of new-look Wizards team, Kyle Kuzma on this team, 11 points, 15 rebounds, sheesh, and he was a plus 22 on the floor, so didn't shoot the best, 2 of 9 from the 3, 30% on 13 shots. He's playing the 4 here for Washington, so we'll see, how he goes. Obviously, he didn't work out for the Lakers, no real big role for him, got rolled out just because they brought in AD and LeBron was playing the 3 and, AD was kind of playing the 4 most of the time. So Kyle Kuzma, unfortunately, off the Lakers here, and now he's kind of the second scorer here for this Washington team. Obviously, they still have Bradley Beal, 23 points, 4 steals, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. Bradley Beal doing what he's doing. I do like this bench here by Washington as well. Denny Avdija, 8 points, 7 rebounds off the bench. They got Montrezl Harrell. We're a big believer in him as well for a role player, bench player as well. 22 points, 9 rebounds on 25 minutes off the bench and a plus 4. We love that. Raul Neto, Davis Bertans. I mean, Davis Bertans is on the bench now, folks. He was kind of their number 2, kind of their number 3, because you had Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal last season. That's the 1 and 2, and then Davis Bertans filling in a huge, great number 3 role here. So he's even on the bench. So this is a decently deep Washington team. We'll see how far their kind of role players can kind of carry them, but I'm loving the bench. We'll keep an eye on them as the season progresses. And then the Raptors. Alrighty, they got Goran Dragic here, Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr. is coming off the bench. What is up? What is up with that? Gary Trent Jr. loses his starting job over Scotty Barnes and OG Anunoby. Really? Okay. So we'll see how this Raptors team goes. Nick Nurse still coaching this team. We like him, but Fred VanVleet, 12 points on 25% shooting, 1 of 9 from the 3. I don't know if Fred VanVleet is kind of a true number 1 point guard on a team. Honestly, we've kind of been seeing his play fade a little bit ever since that championship run, because we classified him as kind of a tier 2 player that surrounded by other tier 2 players, got their kind of role increased a little bit, and Nick Nurse is a good head coach that kind of elevated his play. So we'll see how these kind of, once again, role player tier 2s all across the board, how Nick Nurse can coach them up, but they lose game number 1 out here to the Washington Wizards. Alright, next game up here is the Cavs at the Grizzlies here. Good old Cavs with Jared Allen. Man, oh man, he shot 100%, 11 from 11 from the field, 25 points, 4 rebounds. Love seeing Jared Allen out here, but unfortunately, Darius Garland and Colin Sexton were just a little off this game. 13 points for Darius Garland, 17 points for Colin Sexton. I mean, these are their main scorers, their main shooters, and they are very good guards, but we need them at like 20 points plus every single game. Little lackluster here, and it does bite them in the butt. And then with the bench with this Cavs team, we're just not really buying it. Isaac Okoro, Kevin Love, Ricky Rubio off the bench. I don't know if that's going to be anything great. So we love Jared Allen. Unfortunately, he's going to be on this not great team, lackluster overall a little bit. And then with the Grizzlies, alrighty, no more Valanciunas at the 5. They bring in Steven Adams, and man, oh man, he had a really great showing. 8 points, 14 rebounds for the man. Give the man credit. And now just their other players are a little bit more eligible to shoot. Jonas Valanciunas, a little bit of, ball dominant a little bit as a big, where Steven Adams, he doesn't really need a score. He's always solid with the rebounds and the defense. So John Morant opens him up a little bit. 37 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. DeAnthony Melton at the 2, 20 points on 57%. Jaren Jackson Jr., 13.6 rebounds. Desmond Bane, 22 points. So every other player on this starting roster can score for the Grizzlies. So they're really not going to be missing Valanciunas that much. So very well done for the Grizzlies. John Morant is still rising. All right, then we get the Rockets and the Timberwolves, and watch out for this Timberwolves team. I'm absolutely loving it, folks. We loved it at the end of last season when they were all healthy finally. D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns. This is a solid big three out here, folks. Respect this big three. D'Angelo Russell, 22 points, 7 assists. Anthony Edwards, the real deal. Maybe a little bit of a better rookie last season than LaMelo Ball. 22.7 or 29.6 rebounds. He shot 6 of 12 from the 3. And then Karl Anthony Towns, 30 points, 10 rebounds. I mean, you've got to take this Timberwolves team legit competitors this season. And then off the bench, Malik Beasley, they got Naz Reid, Jared Vanderbilt, so decent bench pieces, nothing spectacular, but this big three, if they can kind of be consistent and stay healthy, sheesh, this is going to be a good Timberwolves team. And then with the Rockets, we like Christian Wood, 16 points, 9 rebounds, but other than that, they got Daniel Tice at the 5. Daniel Tice is not it, folks, as a big. And then Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr. as their guards. We like Kevin Porter Jr., but I mean, they're putting up 11 points, 9 points respectively, shooting 33 and 28%. So these guards here for the Rockets are definitely going to have to get it done. No real great bench. Christian Wood's the best thing about him. I don't know if they're going to be winning that many games this season. All right, next game up. We got 40 seconds left on our NBA 10, folks. Jeez. In like 5 games ago. Here we go. 76ers at the Pelicans. No Zion Williamson. Brandon Ingram, 25 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds there. Jonas Valanciunas here now with the Pelicans, no longer with the Grizzlies. He's playing the 5 here, 9 points, 12 rebounds. We'll see how this Pelicans team does. They obviously need Zion. The 76ers with no Ben Simmons, they get the win, folks. 117-97. Nice dominant win out here. Seth Curry, 10 points. Nothing really great, but you got Joel Embiid, 22 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. Tobias Harris, 20 points, 12 rebounds, getting it done. Danny Green doing classic Danny Green things out here. 0 points on 1 shot. And that is our timer for the 15 minutes. So let's just quickly finish up here. We're going to quickly finish up here. What else do we got to talk about? So yeah, the 76ers, no Ben Simmons, no problem so far. Spurs, Magic, anything good here? What do we got here for the Magic? Nothing really good. Cole Anthony going into this season, his second year out here, 10 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. He's not going to be able to single-handedly carry this not great team. The Spurs now, well, they got the win, and they don't really, they've got kind of role players, tier 2 players all over this roster. We got DeJounte Murray at the 1, probably their best player. Derek White at the 2, Keldon Johnson at the 3, Doug McDermott at the 4, and then Jacob Poeltl at the 5. We'll see how long Greg Popovich can kind of coach this team up to some wins, kind of in a Nick Nurse role with that championship winning team of the Raptors a couple of seasons ago. We'll see how that continues to grow. All right, we got the Thunder at the Jazz. Anything good with the Thunder? I mean, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I mean, that's their best piece, obviously, and once again, he's just not going to be able to carry this team single-handedly. And then Lugansdor back at the 3. Wasn't he kind of playing the 2 last season as well with the 3? So they still don't know what to do with Lugansdor, and it's showing out here. He's put up 7 points on 20% shooting, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, minus 21 on the floor, worst plus minus, along with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So there's just nothing great about this Thunder team. And then with the Jazz out here, basically same lineup as they had last season. Connolly at the 1, Donovan Mitchell at the 2, Bogdanovich at the 3, and he's still getting it done. 22 points on 17 shots. Fantastic, 2 of 6 from the 3. Love seeing Bogdanovich back out here. Royce O'Neal at the 4, Rudy Gobert at the 5. So classic Jazz team that we just had last season, and they still get the wins out here. 107-86. Last 2 games, quickly. Here we go. Nuggets at the Suns here, and the Nuggets get the win. Loving what this Nuggets team can potentially be. Monte Morris at the 1, Will Barton at the 2, Michael Porter Jr. still balling out here at the 3, got that big contract extension in the offseason, so they're kind of feeling good about his back. Hopefully we don't get him kind of floundering as the season progresses out here, but 15 points, 6 rebounds, 2 of 3 from the 3. Love that. Aaron Gordon still playing the 4 here, Jokic at the 5. This is a very, very good starting lineup, and I swear, if they don't start playing Bol more here, I want to see a lineup of like Michael Porter, Jokic, and Bol all on the floor at the same time, running kind of a 3-man offense, like Michael Porter kind of playing the 1, and then Bol and Jokic playing kind of the 4 or 5 or 3 and 5, whatever. But I want to see them all on the floor together because I think their length and their scoring ability could give some other opposing teams trouble. Obviously, I don't want Bobo playing 40 minutes a game, but he should be playing at least like 10, 15, I would say. Get that man in the game, please. You're telling me he can't play a little better than Facundo Campazzo, PJ Dozier, Jeff Green, Austin Rivers, Jermichael Green? You're telling me Bobo can't be better than them? Of course he can. We've seen it already. Get Bobo in the game. Gosh dang. And then for the Suns, you know, when Devin Booker doesn't put up 25, 30 points, this team's not going to really win that many games. And that's exactly what happened. Devin Booker only 12 points. That's not enough for this team. Chris Paul's not their primary scorer. McCall Bridges can score. Their bench, Cameron Payne, Cameron Johnson, they can put up points, but we need Devin Booker. We need that kind of A1, Tier 1 scorer, command the ball scorer. And Devin Booker just did not show up last night. 3 of 15 from the field, 2 of 7 from the 3. So still the Suns team is still what they were last season, why they lost in the finals. And then the last game up here, Kings at Blazers, and man, oh man, Dame time is just not here quite yet, because here we go, Portland Trailblazers with 8 seconds left, down 3, Damian Lillard has the ball in his hand, takes the last shot right here, and it is no good. So Dame time is a little late to the party, but hey, you know, when it gets going, it gets going. So we'll wait for that to come. But Kings win by 3 points out here. De'Aaron Fox, 27 points, 8 assists, fantastic. Raquan Holmes still playing the 5. Maurice Harkless at the 4. Harrison Barnes at the 3. Same team that we saw last season for this Kings team. But Buddy Hield playing 30 minutes off the bench. Interesting. We'll see if he gets in the starting lineup here. But 30 minutes off the bench, basically kind of starting minutes. And then with the Blazers, Damian Lillard, 20 points, 11 assists. Unfortunately, 0 of 9 from the 3. Couldn't hit a 3 to save his life last night. Unfortunate. Nurkic still playing the 5 here, 20 points, 14 rebounds. Norman Powell still in the starting lineup here. We saw that trade, Gary Trent Jr. for Norman Powell. And Norman Powell, he's in the starting lineup. Gary Trent Jr. is not. Seems like Blazers may have won the trade. So overall, a great night in the NBA. And we'll see what happens tonight on another no, not a big day, only 3 games on, so we'll see how all these play out, and we'll come back at you tomorrow with our next NBA 10, breaking down the NBA, trying in 10 minutes, trying in 15 minutes, but obviously we go over, so who knows how much time we spend on these games every day, folks. But that was the NBA from last night. Alrighty. All right, let's head over to our final film study that we have to wrap up for today. We're taking a look at Teddy Bridgewater. He's playing tonight, folks. Are we going to be buying the Broncos? Are we buying Teddy Bridgewater? He is playing as well. A little banged up, potential out here, but he is good to go, where Baker Mayfield is unfortunately not. But let's talk about this Broncos team. Teddy Bridgewater, we're a little worried about him. The dinking dinking and dunking a little bit too much out here. This Denver team got out to a very, very slow start scoring-wise. They only put up 10 points throughout 3 quarters, folks, and then 14 points in the 4th quarter. But once again, that's kind of garbage time, and, it doesn't result in a win, and they still lose by 10, even putting up 14 points in the 4th quarter. So Teddy Bridgewater, this offense is too good. It can be explosive, and we do know Teddy Bridgewater has the arm and can make all the throws on the football field, but he chooses to dink it down, and we kind of saw it. We've been breaking him down a little bit here through the first kind of 5-6 weeks of the season, and we just see him taking the check down, taking the dink and dunk, and not trying to extend the field vertically and take those deeper shots. So we're going to watch some plays right here. Some big plays on some big drives. I mean, when we just kind of, go over, what he did, I mean, there was his, biggest play was like a 20-yard pass, and that was kind of, with dinking it down, and then the receiver goes for 20 yards. He's only throwing it once. So we're going to investigate some throws here in the sideline view since we've got the all-22 just to see, is he making the right reads? Is he being way too cautious? Because that's the only knock that we have on Teddy Bridgewater. We do see him go ultra cautious and really for no reason. So we've got some plays queued up here, and let's see, is he making the right reads? Is he not? And should we be selling and fading this Broncos team and Teddy Bridgewater just in general? We really don't want to, but if you're dinking and dunking, y'all know we break it down, dinking and dunking very, very in depth, because that is, you got to take it at the right time. We're not saying never dink and dunk, always take what the defense gives you. We get that, we understand that, but you also at the same time must stretch the field vertically, get the defense playing off, and let your playmakers do what they do. Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy. We know they don't have Jerry Jeudy yet, and that could be, why they're dinking and dunking. Teddy Bridgewater doesn't want to trust his other receivers, or maybe they're not as good as Jerry Jeudy, because we know Jerry Jeudy is very good, but there are still other, good players on this Broncos team. Noah Fant, a great tight end. Cortland Sutton, obviously a great wide receiver. Tim Patrick, Kendall Hinton. I mean, they've got other great players. So let's watch Teddy Bridgewater on some of these bigger throws through the game, and let's see what he was looking like. So here we go. Let's take this sack first. We got this first drive, and it resulted into a touchdown. Fantastic. But we know the first couple of plays are scripted, so scoring on the first drive is good, but that's really all the Broncos did for this entire game when it was meaningful, close game. They put up 7 points in the first quarter, actually 7 points in the first half, and that was it. So here we go. We got a sack here on 2nd and 9 on this touchdown drive. They still scored a touchdown, but why did he take the sack? Was it avoidable? Should he have thrown the ball? Was there something open? So here we go. Play number 1, Teddy Bridgewater under center. He's going to take a sack. Let's see why. Here we go. Drops back to pass. Play action. Pockets collapsing, and really no time to throw. So that's fine. This is not on Teddy Bridgewater. Really, after he's coming off the sell of the play action, nothing open, and the pressure is there. Immediately goes down for a sack. So that is not on Teddy Bridgewater, thank goodness. Alrighty, and then let's check out this next play, because it was a 14-yard pass that went for the first down, but it's a pass short to Cortland Sutton, and it goes for 14. So was this a setup screen? Did he dink it down? Once again, it still resulted into a first down, so give him credit, but let's see why. Drops back to pass. It's not a setup screen. He just, it's not even pass short. That goes all the way. That's a great ball right there. That's what we're talking about with Teddy Bridgewater. This is what we want to see consistently. 3rd and 12, stands firm in the pocket. It's starting to collapse, gets the ball out of his hands, and then that's the wide open receiver right at the first down marker. Teddy Bridgewater puts it right on him. That's what we want to see. So as we kind of start to watch all these other passes, this is what we want to see consistently. Fantastic here by Teddy Bridgewater. Alrighty, next play up here. We got, what do we got? 6:57, we got a touchdown. All right, let's watch this touchdown pass. It goes to Tim Patrick. It's 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Did he dink it down, and then Tim Patrick ran the 20 yards for the touchdown, or did he sling this ball into the end zone? Let's see. Teddy Bridgewater under center here. Just a straight drop back, steps up in the pocket, and then dumps it down, but that's 10 yards down the field, and that's Tim Patrick going for the last 10 here, and this is fantastic. We see this Broncos offensive line kind of getting a little destroyed here. He has to step up in the pocket, avoid all this pressure. He does make the right read coming off, an out route at the 10-yard line. So once again, very good throw here by Teddy Bridgewater. This is good. We have no cause for concerns right now. He is showing us exactly what we want to see, but this is just the touchdown drive. Let's see, does he start to clam up on some of these other drives here that really did not result into any meaningful points in the competitive part of the game before it got blown open in the second half and they come back in the fourth quarter? We saw that last week again with the Steelers. With this Broncos team going down and putting up 14 points in the fourth quarter as well. Let me double check this quickly right here. Last week, the Broncos faced the Steelers, and they put up 13 points in the fourth quarter, 14 points in the fourth quarter. So this is why we're investigating Teddy Bridgewater. Why are you not getting out to that great start that we just saw? You were aggressive right there. Does he start to clam up? Let's see the next drive. It's an interception drive. We're going to watch the interception, but we're also going to watch some of these other passes here. So let's cue it up here. We get a 2nd and 7 pass incomplete. All right, let's see what he's looking like here on this incomplete pass. Nothing open. Try to force it. Wrong read. Let's see. Here we go. Under center again. So we've kind of seen Teddy Bridgewater in the shotgun the first couple of weeks here, but a lot of these plays are coming right from under center. So interesting here. But let's see. Here we go. Drops back. Pockets deep. Oh my God, there is pressure. That man just took a big shot and then lets it loose, and that's a good shot to hit. Try to hit Cortland Sutton right there on a little bit of a hitch route off the right sideline. So let's watch this one more time. Not a lot of time to throw this ball. Once again, this Raiders defensive line, give them credit. Give this whole Raiders team credit. Like we said, first game without John Gruden. I think we're going to be maybe betting the Raiders here when we predict what their line's going to be and all that, but drops back to pass. Not a lot of time to throw. This is the best time to throw it, and there is something coming across over the middle right here. Got to throw it, and then that's exactly when he throws it, when he should, and just unfortunately takes a big old shot as he's throwing the ball, and it just sails just a tad. Oh, man. Let's bring this in the broadcast footage so we're at ground level to get a true good sense of how on money this ball was thrown. Let's watch this big hit that Teddy Bridgewater takes right here. So steps up in the pocket and then just blasted. Sheesh, that's a big old hit. And then here we go. Just a little overthrown right there. But that's still aggressive. Exactly what we want to see here. So this is great. We don't want to worry about Teddy Bridgewater. We like Teddy Bridgewater. We think, like we said, we think he can make every single throw needed to be made to stretch the field on the football field. Every throw that you can make on the football field, we believe Teddy Bridgewater can make that. Alrighty, next play up here. We get a 3rd and 7, but he throws it 5 yards, and it comes up 2 yards short, and they go for it on 4th and 2. So once again, did he make the right read right here? Dink and dunk, 7 yards. You only pick up 5. Let's see why. Here we go. Teddy Bridgewater in the shotgun now. Plenty of time to throw, dinks it off quickly, and then the defender comes up and makes a tackle 2 yards short. Let's see, was there anything else open right here? He gets the ball out of his hands quickly. That's kind of setting up for the route right there. Everything else pretty well covered. Really couldn't go anywhere else with the ball. So I guess that's a good dink down, especially given of how early the pressure of the defensive line is getting there. Just unfortunately comes up 2 yards short, and then they decide to go for it on 4th and 2, but we get an interception here by Teddy Bridgewater. Let's see how this looks. So 4th and 2 at their own 37-yard line, stands in the pocket, plenty of time to throw this ball, and just a little arid. He's going to a wide open wide receiver right here, sitting down wide open, and this ball just sails on him a little bit. Let's go back to the broadcast view here. We'll get a better angle of, was this overthrown? Was this tipped at the line, or was this just off the receiver's hands? Because this was wide open. Teddy Bridgewater must put this ball right on the money. And that ball just seems to sail on Teddy Bridgewater. Don't think it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Here we go. Let's watch it one more time. Yeah, I don't think that was tipped. Man, oh man, that is just a little bit of an overthrow by Teddy Bridgewater. Wide open. Sheesh. But it was the right read. Man, just a little too high there. So, yeah, that sucks for Teddy Bridgewater, but still making the right read. Just unfortunately, that ball sailed on him a little bit. So not too much blame on Teddy Bridgewater right there. All right, but let's go to the next drive right here. We get a lot of punts. Look at this second quarter drive chart right here. First drive in the second quarter, 3 and out. Second drive, 9 plays, but only 22 yards. They have to punt. Third drive, 6 plays, 36 yards, have to punt. And then the end of half drive. So let's investigate if Teddy Bridgewater was making the right throws. Can we still buy Teddy Bridgewater this week? Here we go. Let's cue up this play. We get a 1-yard pass. Alrighty, Teddy Bridgewater with the 1-yard pass to start the drive. Great starting field position at their own 33-yard line right here. Play action pass, and that's just a dink down right there, and that's kind of what the play was designed for. Play action, move Teddy Bridgewater out to the left. Everything is flowing left right here. Maybe could have hit this wide receiver if you kind of held onto the ball a little bit more, but by the time by the time the receiver shows open, the ball is already out of Teddy Bridgewater's hands. So not going to put that on Teddy Bridgewater either. This is fantastic. Now we get this one, a pass incomplete on 3rd and 5 here. The drive stalls, and they have to punt because of this. So let's watch. Is this on Teddy Bridgewater? Here we go. In the shotgun, dropping back to pass. Plenty of time to throw, and he goes deep. Oh, man, just a little too far once again for Courtland Sutton. Ugh, and he goes deep here. This is what we love to see. Just got to rein in that accuracy a little bit more out here. Let's watch him here take the shot, and this is a shot right here. This is open. This is 100% open. Teddy Bridgewater sees it immediately. Just unfortunately a little bit of an overthrow. Literally inches we're talking about. Courtland Sutton was still able to get his top of his fingertips on this ball right here. 30 yards, 40 yards down the field. Ugh, Teddy gotta rein that accuracy in. And at this time in the game, they're only down 10-7. They complete this ball. They're at least getting 3, potentially 7. Tie game, up 4 potentially. So Teddy Bridgewater, oh, big mistake right there. Big mistake. But lucky for the Broncos, they hold the Raiders to go 4 and out. So once again, still only 10-3. You've got the ball. Let's watch Teddy Bridgewater. Was he still making the good throws on this pass like we just saw right there? So here we go. We're going to start it here. They're moving the ball very, very solid. It's 3rd and 4, and Teddy Bridgewater decides to move or run this ball to pick up the first down. Let's see. Was this the right decision? It picked up the first down, so we'll give him credit. But was there anything open? So here we go. Pressure is kind of getting there immediately. Knocked around a little bit, stays on his feet, and then decides to take off, goes up the middle. Sheesh. And once again, this is good. This is a good decision by Teddy Bridgewater. Really nothing open real early on. You can throw it there to the outright on the boundary. Would have probably picked up the first down, but we've got no problem with him running the ball right here. He was trying to go there. The pressure from the defensive line is really kind of getting to Teddy Bridgewater decently easy here. So a little bit of a more concern that we should be having is this Broncos offensive line not protecting Teddy Bridgewater to give him ample time to really see the field and deliver the balls down the field. But when they do give him that chance, he does take it. So that's exactly what we want to see. So Teddy Bridgewater picks up the first down with his legs, but then we get 3 passing plays by Teddy Bridgewater right here. Unfortunately, doesn't pick up the first down. And they have to punt the ball because of it. But let's see. 1st and 10. Teddy Bridgewater under center. Play action pass. Good time to throw. Throws it a little bit too late. And then it has to run out of the pocket. Almost threw this ball. All right, we got to take this in the sideline. We got to see where everybody is here. All right, here we go. So was there anything open here? He was going to throw it, but it was to a defender. So I'm glad he pulled it down right here. He was about to dump it down right here. And there is nothing open. We got 2 receivers coming on some 15-yard comeback routes, and there is nothing open. So once again, Teddy Bridgewater is seeing the field good here. This is exactly what we've wanted to see off of this loss. So we're not concerned on Teddy Bridgewater, the quarterback. This is good. All right, here we go. We get a 2nd and 11. He takes a 6-yard sack. Unfortunate. Let's see. Should he have gotten rid of the ball quicker? Should he have thrown this ball? Decent time to throw right here. Ends up getting taken down for a sack. Let's see. Was there anything open on this play he should have gotten the ball to? Here we go. Everything is very well covered down the field. Nobody is getting any separation. And then the pressure gets there 3-4 seconds. So classic right there. So yeah, Teddy Bridgewater, this is great. This is great. I'm so glad. I didn't want to be concerned with Teddy Bridgewater. We like what we see from Teddy Bridgewater. We think he deserves a little bit more recognition. So this is fantastic seeing this. All right, here we go. And then just on the 3rd and 16, they set up a screen. That's what you do on 3rd and long. Fantastic. So that's not on Teddy Bridgewater. Alrighty, next drive. Now they are still down just 10-3. Teddy Bridgewater, you've got another chance to potentially tie the game, take the lead, and not let another score kind of blow open the game like it kind of did here, because they go 3 and out. Raiders score a touchdown. They go up 17-7 heading into halftime. It's tough to come back from. All right, so what do we got here on this drive? Are we watching anything on this drive? I don't think we're watching anything on this drive, unfortunately. Let's watch this 3rd and 16. We could watch, but, you know, it's 3rd and 16. Probably a setup screen. Let's see what they decide to do here. Here we go. Look at all the, I mean, so smart, too, right here by the Raiders defenders. Drop 8 right at the first down marker, so there is no chance at a completion, and Teddy Bridgewater just has to dump it down, and that's rallying to tackle. So Teddy Bridgewater's making the right plays here, folks, making the right plays. Unfortunately, penalties are putting them in long distances. Like we said, the sack made them at 3rd and 16. That wasn't really Teddy Bridgewater's fault. There was nowhere to go with the ball. And then the drive that we're looking at right now, a 10-yard penalty for a offensive pass interference call, sets them behind the sticks as well. So just not getting in that great field position and all that, getting behind the sticks. All right, we're going to watch a couple more things right here. He did fumble and threw 2 interceptions in the 4th quarter that really don't matter. We'll take a quick look at. But let's go into this first drive after halftime. We get a 2nd and 9 and 3rd and 9, both pass incompletes right here. I mean, you're down 10 coming out of halftime. First drive, you must put up some points right here, and they scored on their first possession, so they're able to kind of do that. Start off, you know, first drive. Obviously, you're a little cold because this is your first plays, so they're able to do that in the first half. Not able to do this here in the second half. Let's see why. So here we go. We get a 2nd and 9 from their own 18-yard line. It's going to be pass incomplete. Let's see. Teddy Bridgewater, empty backfield, 4 wide. And once again, the pressure is just getting there so gosh dang quick, folks. Man, there is no time for Teddy Bridgewater to really throw this ball. Let's watch this one more time at the point of the sack and see if there was anything open. Here we go. Has to start to get rid of this ball right now, and there is nothing open. You got the comeback route here on the left sideline. Let's see. This was open, but there was just no time to really throw this ball. He's 15 yards down the field. So alrighty, the line's got to do a little bit of a better job here, and then we got the 3rd and 9 pass incomplete right here. Let's see what Teddy Bridgewater is looking like. Here we go. Here we go. Running back in the backfield. Decent, plenty of time to throw here. Gets rid of the ball. Going deep and just throws this one up and almost picked off right here. Let's see, was this the right read to go to? You hit this man right here on the comeback. He's able to probably take it the next 2 yards. I think you just got to dump it off here. So Teddy Bridgewater gears up for the deep ball, severely underthrows this. You see the receiver having to stop and kind of come back towards this ball, and it's almost picked. So Teddy Bridgewater just not making the right read right here. You got to dump it off. You dump it off right here to number 17, I believe this numbers is. And, you know, he's 2 yards away from the first down. Here's the first down at the 28-yard line. He catches it at the 25. He's got plenty of time to kind of turn upfield and fight for those yards right there. Teddy Bridgewater also right here, a little bit of an out route, 5 yards past the first down marker, and he still hasn't thrown the ball. Now he decides to take the deep shot. That's not really open. So I think this is kind of Teddy Bridgewater's worst play of the day right here. He still took the shot. We give him credit, but not really when you take these shots. You know, down 10, first drive, out of halftime, on 3rd and 9. Got to start moving the ball a little bit. So I think we're good of just letting it end here on Teddy Bridgewater, because the next drive is a touchdown and they go up. They get down 24-7. Kind of game is over at this point. Let's watch the Teddy Bridgewater fumble quickly. Let's see what this is looking like here. He's going to scramble, lose the ball. They're driving. They just put up a field goal. So it's 24-10, still manageable. Teddy Bridgewater on the move and steps up in the pocket. And, yeah, that's him. You just got to hold on to that ball, my man. Cannot let that ball loose. Went to scramble, unfortunately fumbles the ball. So we're still good on Teddy Bridgewater. He's taking the shots when he has the time to, but this offensive line for the Denver Broncos have to, start protecting Teddy Bridgewater for some ample amounts of time out there. So we are cause for concerns on Teddy Bridgewater. They are not there, folks. We are good on Teddy Bridgewater moving forward. He's not just dinking and dunking. The receivers are not getting any separation, or the offensive line is just not giving him the time to throw the ball. So they shouldn't make the switch to Drew Lock after losing the last 3 games out here, but we do need to see this Broncos team start to be competitive and start to put up points consistently throughout the game. Like we just said, 2 weeks ago against the Steelers, didn't get it done to the fourth quarter. This game as well, didn't get it done to the fourth quarter. And yeah, you may still put up points in the fourth quarter, but it doesn't matter because you're down. That's kind of garbage time. It's obviously not garbage time if you come back to win, and if you do come back to win in the fourth quarter, we will give you credit for that, but we're not going to give you credit for almost coming back in only playing in the fourth quarter. We're not going to do that. I mean, we kind of started to do that for the Lions, and, they're still not winning games. So, yeah, it may look good, and it may build a little bit of kind of camaraderie in the locker room, but if you're not winning games the next week or 2 weeks later, it's all for naught. So we're not going to celebrate this Broncos team for putting up 14 points in the fourth quarter of these last 2 games, but it's not Teddy Bridgewater just not getting it done. This offensive line's got to hold up a little bit more. Also, credit this Raiders defense and the Raiders defensive line. This is a real good, solid team out here without John Gruden finally. So no cause for concern on the Broncos. Let's kind of celebrate the Raiders a little bit more as we're moving forward of talking about this Raiders team. This is a real good team right here, folks. Raiders are the real deal. Alrighty, and then before we move on to predicting and reacting to the Week 7 lines here, let's quickly get a nice gauge on what we're getting from Case Keenum. He is going to be starting tonight, folks. Thursday Night Football, Broncos at Browns. No Baker Mayfield. Not a lot of weapons for this Browns team because we get no Baker Mayfield, no Nick Chubb, no Kareem Hunt, and no Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And then we've got a lot of questions here. OBJ questionable, Jarvis Landry questionable, Jadeveon Clowney questionable. Their offensive linemen Conklin, Willis, and Treader are all questionable as well. So this is the game for the Broncos to get back on track offensively, defensively. They have to do it on the road here for Thursday Night Football. We'll see if they can do it. All right, so let's see what Case Keenum can do. The man just played last week against the Cardinals, got in on the final drive, threw the ball 4 times. So let's see what he's looking like here. We'll take it from the broadcast, and we'll take it from the sideline as well. But we get 3 straight passes by Case Keenum. I know it's a small sample size, and we're not going to take this as, the gospel and all that, but we want to see, can this man make these passes? He went 1 of 3, so we'll just want to see what he's looking at, see what he's looking like here. Obviously, he wasn't expecting to play. Expecting to play now. Short week of practice. We'll see if he made the most of it. But what are we getting from Case Keenum this season? So here we go. His they just put up his career stats quickly. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Here we go. His career stats: 62% completion percentage. We don't like that. 14,000 yards, 75 touchdowns, 47 interceptions. We'll take that touchdown to interception ratio for kind of a career backup. We'll take that. We'll take that. The completion percentage, we don't like that at all, though. Especially throwing 1 of 3 this game. Okay. All right, here we go. Case Keenum. What do we got? First play up here. The game's over at this point, folks. 37-14, 4.5 minutes left in the game. The game's over. We just want to get a sense of what Case Keenum's looking like. So when we predict the line and react to it, we'll see if it's good value or not. But here we go. Case Keenum in the shotgun, dropping back to pass. And it's just a 1-step drop, doing it to, I believe that's David Njoku right there for... That was pretty good. 7 yards? How many yards did he get there? Just an instant 1-step drop. Knew where he wanted to go with the ball. So that's good. 6-yard pass. Alrighty, but now we're going to get a pass incomplete right here. And then they go for it on 4th down in case Keenum can't get it. So here we go. 3rd and 2. Dropping back to pass. And then just throwing this one inaccurate, and just look at him. He's not comfortable in this pocket. Look at him tiptoeing here. Look at him getting happy feet. Pressure's around him. Pocket's collapsing. This is why the ball's not accurate on a kind of 3-yard dink down route right there, because he's dancing around. His feet are moving. We just watched Tua yesterday standing so freaking tall and confident in the pocket. This is the difference we're talking about here, folks. It's clear night and day. We know it's Case Keenum, so obviously Tua's better than Case Keenum. I hope y'all can agree with that. Sheesh. But that's what we're getting out of Case Keenum, some happy feet, and we know this Broncos defense is pretty solid. You know, they've got some nice pass rushers. So, you know, we'll see. Let's see. Let's go back to this Broncos game. What do they do defensively? They got pressure on Derek Carr. We had Kareem Jackson with the sack, Bryce Callahan with the sack. That was it? Only 2 people getting sacks out here for Denver? Come on. Where's Ronald Darby? Cornerback not getting no sacks. What do we got? Von Miller's got no sacks. All right. And then the last play here by Case Keenum. Was this good? They go for it on 4th down, 4th and 2. Case Keenum, come on. Got to show us something good. Give us some momentum, some believability heading into tonight's game. What has Case Keenum got? Here we go. Drops back to pass. 1-step drop, throws it short, and man, oh man, look at this ball coming out. There's no velocity here. Case Keenum trying to throw this one before the receiver breaks his route. Bad timing. Got to show up that timing a little bit more right there. And just once again, no velocity on this ball. I like that he got the ball out of his hands quickly, but no velocity on this ball. It's sinking as it's dropping, as it's going yard after yard, slowly sinking and dropping. So Case Keenum on 4th and 2. Couldn't get it. Not looking real confident there in Case Keenum. So now that we have that in mind, I don't know. Obviously, he's got a full week of practice, all that, so I'm sure he's going to look a little bit better than we just saw right here. But I don't know if it's anything great. Once that pressure starts to kind of get going, and not having all those receivers potentially as well, and not having that running game to kind of support them, this is going to be a long night for Case Keenum if this Broncos defense gets going. Alrighty, now that we've got all that information out of the way, let's head over to all the matchups here for Week 7 and see and start predicting what the lines are going to be. We do this every week, folks, predicting the line. This gives us a good gauge. Is our thinking on par with Vegas? Are we off from Vegas? Who is going to be right if we are off from Vegas? And this helps us decide what the good value is. We just saw it last week 2 times, folks. We took advantage. We saw the Cardinals +3. We knew that was disrespectful value because I think we predicted it at Cardinals -3. So we knew that was disrespectful value. And what did we do with that disrespectful value that we found out doing this process? We cashed in. That was one of our picks, folks. Cardinals +3. And they win outright. Win outright in dominant fashion. Not even a game. No reason why they should have been +3. What do we predict this game at? Yeah, we predicted it at Cardinals -3.5. That's why we do it. And then the second value that we found that was disrespectful by predicting these lines was the Titans-Bills. Titans got +5.5, and it was at +6 at closing time. You know how crazy that was? It was so crazy that we thought at the time of prediction that it should have been Titans -2. Titans -2 at home. Not +5.5. We knew it was disrespectful value. And what did we do with that disrespectful value that we found out? We cashed in again. Titans +6. We got so great value on that game. And they win outright again. So we do everything for a reason here at Takes by Fans, folks. So let's find where this disrespectful value is, because when Vegas starts to be disrespectful, they kind of get out of whack here. And we get multiple weeks of straight disrespect. We'll see if Vegas has cleaned it up this week. I don't think they did, folks. Vegas is not always the smartest. So let's see if we can outsmart Vegas this week again. Here we go. Thursday Night Football, Broncos at Browns. Alrighty, Teddy Bridgewater versus Case Keenum. Can he do it? We gosh dang hope so. This Broncos team on a 3-game losing skid right here, not moving the ball offensively for full 4 quarters, but we don't believe it's Teddy Bridgewater's fault alone. The offensive line is not helping him, and not having Jerry Jeudy, his full complement of wide receivers, they're just not able to get open as often as they were during the first couple of games when they were winning. So we don't have any qualms with Teddy Bridgewater, and now we just listed all those outs here for this Browns team. No Baker Mayfield, no Nick Chubb, no Kareem Hunt, just those 2 running backs. There's going to be no running game here for the Browns. Who's their 3rd string running back? Who are we going to be relying on here for this Browns team? What do we got? 3rd string running back, we got D'Ernest Johnson. I think he's a rookie. Is this man a rookie? D'Ernest Johnson, what do we got? 3rd season. Alrighty, nothing good? What does he got? Anything good here? He had 100 yards last year. Alrighty, that's nothing good here by D'Ernest Johnson. Welcome to the league. Hey, you want a starting job? You got to go ahead and prove it right now. This is your chance. So, no Baker Mayfield, no running game, potentially no passing game as well, with OBJ and Jarvis Landry both being question marks out here. So this is going to be a real potential tough game for the Browns that are going to have to try and rely on their defense. Kevin Stefanski is going to have to call kind of a flawless game, and we know that he was kind of tailoring the offense last season to Baker Mayfield. We think he's kind of getting away from that a little bit this season, unfortunately, with their 3 losses so far. So we believe Kevin Stefanski has the ability to scheme this game for Case Keenum, but is Case Keenum going to do it? And then is Kevin Stefanski going to follow that game plan, or is he going to get it a little antsy? Because we've seen him get a little antsy, a little confident here over the last 2 weeks. That's why we're kind of saying Kevin Stefanski's getting away from what makes this Browns team fantastic of winning 11 games last season, was doing it as a 100% team collaborative effort, special teams, offensively, defensively, running, passing, calling the plays, all of that, not letting Baker Mayfield, not giving Baker Mayfield the chances to potentially ruin the game by trying to do too much out there. So we'll see if he can simplify it here for this Browns team. But Teddy Bridgewater out here, they're on a 3-game skid. Obviously, we have to take the Broncos here because I'm not going to trust a backup quarterback. If they win, that's good for them. It's just unfortunate. You got to kind of play the odds a little bit here. I'm not going to bet on a backup quarterback when we got Teddy Bridgewater still slinging the ball around like we need him and want him and expect him to do. So we've got no problems there. We're going to predict this one. Broncos -6.5 here on the road. If Baker Mayfield was playing, we'd probably predict it at Browns -3, maybe even Browns -3.5, but no Baker Mayfield. I'm just not believing in Case Keenum. That's all there is to it, folks. Broncos -6.5, and we'll see what Vegas has to say about Baker being out when we get to the line. Alrighty, now let's get into the Sunday games. And look at all these. We've got 6 teams on a bye this week. How unfortunate. Steelers, Bills, Chargers, Jags, Vikings, and Cowboys all on byes. And why the heck aren't the Dolphins on a bye from just coming back from London? We saw the 2 teams from London 2 weeks ago have a bye last week. And the Jaguars, who were just in London with the Dolphins, have a bye this week. But the Dolphins don't get a bye coming back from London? We get a home game. I appreciate that. But what the hell is that about the NFL? Damn, give the Dolphins their respected bye. You go to London, you get the bye the next week. Every other team got it. What the hell's going on here? So we'll see if the Dolphins are prepared to play this week. Hopefully. All right, but here we go. Sunday's game slate. Here we go. Panthers at Giants. All righty. Sam Darnold coming off of a little bit of a bad performance overall, but this is where he gets back on track, folks. This Giants team, there's no viability in them. Their offense is not moving the ball. They're not going to have Saquon Barkley again, unfortunately. Daniel Jones, okay, can he get it done? Maybe, but overall, it's just this Giants team can do nothing, and we know this Panthers defense is very, very good. So this could be a very, very bad game for the Giants right here. Panthers, they probably win this game, and then we just have to hear the media gush over Sam Darnold and say, see, this is what he is. He's so freaking good. He's the best quarterback in the league. So expect that come on Monday, folks. Or this is a 1 o'clock game, so expect it by 4:30 on Sunday. The tweets and everybody saying, Sam Darnold's so good. Sam Darnold's so good. Okay, he's so good. He just lost 3 games because no Christian McCaffrey. Let's quickly take a look. Is Christian McCaffrey on track to play this week? I would assume so. I thought he was going to play last week. He returned to practice, but game time, they're like, yeah, he's a no-go. So let's quickly see what this, what do we got here? Stephon Gilmore is just not quite ready to play quite yet. And what do we got? Christian McCaffrey, he's still on IR. Is that right? Is that right? Okay, so he's probably not going to be good to go, but I don't think he's going to need Christian McCaffrey out here for this game. So we're going to call this one Panthers -6.5 here on the road. This Panthers defense should eat up the Giants. Like we said, the Giants offense has been so lackluster. We'll see if Kadarius Toney's good to go as well. He got banged up. He played last week, got banged up real early. So it's just everything that can go wrong for this Giants team is going wrong. And when they had their full complement of offensive pieces, running backs and wide receivers, they weren't making it right. And now we're supposed to believe they're going to get it right when they're missing pieces. We're not buying it. Panthers defense comes out big. Sam Darnold dinks and dunks his way to a win here. All right, then we get the Jets and the Patriots, and we're holding Zach Wilson to a high standard. Remember, he just came off the bye, and what did we hear from him after that London game? He said, I just have to slow down the game. I just have to let it loose. I just have to play, free, loosey-goosey football out here. So Zach Wilson thinks he knows what the problem is, and he had a bye week, an entire week off to fix it, get it right. So we're going to be holding Zach Wilson to a big standard here, even though he's facing the Patriots defense, Bill Belichick led defense on the road here. We still have to see Zach Wilson have his best performance, and we may set a bar for Zach Wilson here when we do our show on Saturday for what we need to see out of Zach Wilson, but we're expecting big things from Zach Wilson this week. So Jets on the road here, division matchup, all of that, big rivalry, all of that here. Patriots defense, got it done against the Cowboys last week. They still lost, but they were forcing turnovers. They were kind of getting some goal line stops, helped by the refs as well, but overall the defense was kind of doing what it did. And what I loved from the Patriots last week offensively was that they were just using Mac Jones in a game managing situation, not letting him throw the ball 30+ times. We love seeing that. So this is going to be a real close game. We're just going to put it right on the line. Patriots -3. Home team gets, 3 points right there. And this is basically what these two teams are. Just taking the teams. There's nothing really good. Rookie quarterbacks, lackluster talent all around them. But the Patriots are at home. We'll call this one Patriots -3. Alrighty, Chiefs at Titans. Ooh, going to be a good one. Bills lost to the Chiefs, and the Titans beat the Bills. Does that mean the Titans are going to be the Chiefs by the transitive property? That's exactly what that means, but unfortunately the transitive property does not occur in the sports world, unfortunately. So this is going to be a great game out here. Chiefs, they still turned the ball over 3 times last week. We know their offense can make up for it, but it's just, will the offense make up for it? That's why we are not buying this Chiefs team. Titans coming off of a big win against the Bills on Monday Night Football. Derrick Henry still getting it done, and we know this Chiefs defense is a little lackluster overall, and the Titans have the pieces to move the ball. So this is going to be dependent. Do the Chiefs turn over the ball? We see them doing it every week. We still expect them to do it. We had a bar on the Chiefs, 0 turnovers for last week against Washington. They had 3 of them, so that's why we're not buying the Chiefs this week. Offensively, yes, they have Patrick Mahomes. That's the best thing about the team. That's why they can always come back, even if they have 1, 2, 3, 4 turnovers in a game. But that's going to come back to bite them as the season progresses. That is why we're not buying the Chiefs. But what do we even call this one? I mean, Vegas just straight up disrespected the Titans last week, calling them +5.5 at home. They're at home again this week. I don't know if Vegas is going to call this one, but we're just going to call this one Titans -3. I don't know if there's that much difference separating this team. Obviously, the glaring difference is Patrick Mahomes is better than Ryan Tannehill. Nobody's going to argue with that. But the running game, the offense here by the Titans, Ryan Tannehill just playing. I mean, every quarterback just needs to look at Ryan Tannehill and be like, you know what, that's what I should be striving for. Obviously, there's some quarterbacks that should be striving to be the greatest of all time. Justin Herbert is probably the only quarterback, of the last couple of years' draft classes that really, and maybe Kyler Murray as well. Patrick Mahomes is already striving for that. Lamar Jackson, he's not really in that aspect because he's a dual threat quarterback. But Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert, these quarterbacks are going to be kind of competing in the category for greatest of all time. But most quarterbacks, obviously there's only 2 in the last couple of years, you should be expecting to be an above average game manager like Ryan Tannehill, honestly. Whatever receivers he has, he's going to get them open. He's going to throw to them. He can throw on the run. He's comfortable in the pocket. He gets it done. He moves the ball when he needs to. He scores when he needs to. It's just absolute great football here by Ryan Tannehill. Give that man some more credit. But we're just going to call this one Titans -3, maybe Titans -2.5. Let's lower it a little bit. Titans -2.5. But if this Chiefs defense isn't good, like it hasn't really been good all season long, and if they turn over the ball, this Titans team is going to have no problem winning this game. So we'll call this one Titans -2.5. Is that what we're going to stick with? Titans -2.5. Alrighty, then we get Washington at Packers out here. And, we know this Washington defense isn't anything great, and the Packers just faced a real good defense in Chicago and still pulled off a win. Held Aaron Rodgers to under 200 yards, which was fantastic, but now they're back in Lambeau. Washington offense can't do anything. I mean, they had the game. The defense was forcing the turnovers early in the game. Not 100% Washington forcing those turnovers themselves. We saw, the Chiefs shoot themselves in the foot time and time again, like they do here, once again, while we're selling them. But this Packers team at home, ready to let this ball fling loose all over this Washington team. And even if it is close, I mean, Taylor Heinicke has proven that he can't get it done. And that's not a knock on Taylor Heinicke. He's still young. We're not really expecting him to do that just quite yet. We would like him to do that, and but he's not there yet in his career. And he may not even get there because it's Taylor Heinicke, unfortunately. So, a pumped up Aaron Rodgers. Now, did he let that kind of, hey, I still own y'all quote get to his head a little bit? Potentially. That's kind of, Aaron Rodgers' personality MO a little bit. But, I mean, this is going to be Packers -8.5. What can we like? What do we like about this Washington team this season? This is not the team that we saw last year. That defense was fantastic. The defense is nowhere close to this. So, they've got to get it going, and until they do, we're not going to be buying them. So, Packers -8.5. Packers all day, most likely. Then we get the Falcons at the Dolphins. Tua coming off of an extraordinary performance. Best quarterback in the league, folks. Honestly, 100%. But, Dolphins at home here, needing a win. They're 1-5, coming off that heartbreaking, garbage-coached game last week in London here. Dolphins, Falcons on the road. Nothing great by this Falcons team. So I'm calling this one Dolphins -4.5, folks. This is the real deal. Hopefully their corners are back, Byron Jones and Xavier Howard. Let's quickly take a look at this to quickly see if they are good to go. We need those defensive pieces in for this Dolphins team. What do we got? Brian Jones is questionable. Hopefully he's good to go. Devontae Parker is also questionable. And then Xavier Howard is questionable as well. So hopefully they are good to go. But it doesn't matter. I mean, the Dolphins, still got it done offensively last week. The defense forced, a turnover, turnover on down. So well done there. This Dolphins team, folks, I don't know. I don't understand the slander on Tua. It makes no sense to us. The Dolphins coaches are absolutely bad. I will give you all that, but this Falcons team is nothing else good. They are coming off of a bye, which is good for them. The Dolphins should be on a bye. Falcons went to London. They got the bye. Whatever. But we'll call this one Dolphins -4. We believe in Tua, folks. This offense with Tua is very good because of Tua, and that is only it, because of Tua. All right, Bengals at Ravens. Alrighty, this Bengals team, this is going to be another good test for them. Unfortunately, they have to face the Ravens, but, Zach Taylor saying, hey, we should, we're the real deal here. We're seeing them be the real deal. The only kind of other thing that we have to see by this Bengals team for us to really kind of buy them 100% here is start scoring a little bit more consistently, a little bit more earlier on in the game. So we'll see what this Bengals offense can do. Joe Mixon's getting it done. Jamar Chase is getting it done. Joe Burrow is picking up exactly where he left off last season, even more fantastic. But they're facing the Ravens, and this Ravens defense is fantastic. They just made the Chargers look real bad after the Chargers were looking real good this season. Do they expose the Bengals a little bit? That is big time potential, because what have we seen from the Bengals the last 2 weeks that give us a little bit of pause on taking them this week? They're hitting big plays to kind of Jamar Chase that kind of break big a little bit, that kind of get them started. And if they don't have that play, do they ever get jump started? In this Ravens team, they're not going to make it easy, especially at home. So I love the Bengals here. We're not going to overreact if they get blown out here. We'll try not to, at least. We obviously hope this Bengals team keeps it close. I just don't know if they're ready to do so yet. This is going to be the determining factor. If the Bengals are legit and the real deal, or if they need a couple more weeks to shore everything up before they all right, now we are officially here. So we're going to keep this one more towards the Ravens here. We're going to call this one Ravens -5. The Bengals have the chance, but the way that the Ravens played last week against the Chargers, this is going to be, Bengals. What are they made of? Are they the real deal, the true test? We'll see it this week. And, if they pass the test this week, they keep it close, they lose by, even if they lose by 7, I would still say that's a win for this Bengals team. So if they keep it single-digit loss here for the Bengals, we will crown them the real deal and start buying them even more heading forward. But until they beat the Ravens or are competitive, until we see what they do against the Ravens, we just can't do that quite yet. All right, then we get the Lions at the Rams, and Matthew Stafford kind of little revenge game. Hey, y'all held me back. Y'all see what I could do. Y'all were holding me back my entire career. So expect the Rams to absolutely obliterate this Lions team. Expect Sean McVay to really kind of incentivize his players to play well this game, because we know Sean McVay absolutely loves Matthew Stafford, and we know Matthew Stafford is going to kind of, this is a big game for Matthew Stafford. He knows it's a big game. I'm sure the Lions know it's a big game as well. It's a big game overall, and Sean McVay will make sure the players offensively, defensively, special teams, coaching staff, make sure everybody's executing to 100% here. Now, we just watched Matthew Stafford in our film study, and we are still a little concerned with Matthew Stafford not getting the ball 100% open to receivers who are 100% open, not 100% accurately. We just watched all of his incompletions last week, and they were kind of all wide open, and he missed them. He just straight up missed seeing them wide open or misplacing the ball on the money. So we still get these glimpses of Matthew Stafford not playing perfect football, and if you want to win the Super Bowl, you've got to play perfect. We kind of chalk it up as, hey, Matthew Stafford has never had to compete at 100% level because, he was with the Lions his entire career. He had no chance of getting to the playoffs basically every single season, and he rarely had a chance to win a game, honestly. So with this Lions team, they're trash. Jared Goff just got called out by Dan Campbell. The time for tears are over in Dan Campbell's mind. Now he's starting to kind of accuse everybody. We'll see how that goes. These kind of big mood changes by Dan Campbell. Oh, I'm so sad. Oh, I love these guys. They're doing so hard. Oh, my God. Jared Goff's got to step up. Jeez Louise. Jeez. So this Lions team is trash. The Rams should have no problem winning here. Maybe a potential backdoor cover. Maybe Matthew Stafford overplays this game and kind of flounders big time. That's true. That could definitely happen, folks. I'm not going to put it as a huge percent. Maybe like a 5% chance. Matthew Stafford just lets the pressure get to him, and we see what happens. He's not 100% accurate for the entire game, so you add that kind of pressure on top of that. He could just kind of go off the rails here and just not look good overall. But I don't see that happening. It's a possibility. We don't see it happening. But we'll call this one Rams minus 11. It's Rams at home. Jeez Louise. With this Lions team, yeah, good luck. Rams minus 11, big blowout. All right, then we get the Eagles at Raiders, and man, oh man, this is going to be, I like this Eagles team. It's just unfortunate this Eagles team has had a real tough schedule these first 6 weeks, and it gets even tougher here, week number 7. But don't sell Jalen Hurts, folks. I see a lot of people already selling Jalen Hurts. This man is good. This man can play. It's just a young team overall, young offense, rookie number 1 wide receiver, basically rookie year for Jalen Hurts because he played like 4 games last season, rookie head coach. This is still a young team, so they're experiencing the young early hurdles and obstacles that they have to overcome. And now, this Raiders team at home with no John Gruden, this offense is going crazy now, and we absolutely love it. And we just saw their defense giving Teddy Bridgewater no time to throw the ball. This Eagles offensive line is going to have to do a lot better job than what the Broncos did last week against this Raiders defensive front. Derek Carr and company still getting it done, like we said, put up 34 points last week, all of that. So I'm going to expect that this Raiders team can still get it done without John Gruden, and Rich Bisaccia can still get it done here, and that he is the real deal and that everybody buys into him. So I'm going to say the spread, and this is no disrespect to the Eagles. This is just how good this Raiders team is right now. The Eagles can be here, just not quite yet. But I'm going to call this one Raiders minus 5.5. This is the real deal, folks, and they're going to make it uncomfortable and hard for this Eagles team to score, and that's no fault of Jalen Hurts. That's just how good this Raiders defense is. All right, last 4 games up this week. Here we go. Next game up here is Texans at Cardinals. All righty, Davis Mills, good luck with this one. No chance Davis Mills can win this game. We still like Davis Mills and like what he's showing here his rookie year, but this is the Cardinals, folks. Don't ever disrespect the Cardinals. Again, you see what happens. +3 on the road. They obliterate the Browns. Do that same thing here. Give me the Cardinals +3, and I bet my entire future. I bet I will rob you. I will have to, unfortunately, rob you. I'll give you the money back. I'll give you the profits, but I would have to acquire so much capital right here if the Cardinals were getting any point, if they were getting 0.1, if they were getting 0.0000001 point, I still bet my entire future and I still rob y'all for the money that you have and then pay you out when we hit, which we will hit. But if we get a single sniff of a point here by the Cardinals, it's not going to happen, obviously. But if we do, oh yeah, we're all billionaires, folks. But I mean, this is the Cardinals, folks. Are y'all ready? Are y'all stopping the disrespect? Cardinals minus 13.5. Cardinals minus 13.5. And, it's just unfortunate the Texans defense gave up the big plays to the Colts last week. This Cardinals team has big play opportunity written all over the field here. And then the defense is going to swallow Davis Mills alive. So we would like to see Davis Mills get back on track. It's not happening this week. Big old win for the Cardinals minus 13.5. All right, then we get the Bears at the Bucs. And this is going to be a good game. The Bears defense going against, Tom Brady and company. We'll see how good this Buccaneers defense is kind of holding it together with all the injuries and all that, but it's just Tom Brady at the end of the day. This Bears defense does have a good opportunity to kind of hold Tom Brady to maybe under 30 points, but then at that point, is Justin Fields going to be able to do enough? We just saw him last week, unfortunately not able to do enough to outbeat Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. This is kind of the same situation here, except that the Bears are on the road this time. So we're going to call this one Bucs minus 6.5. Keep it a little respectful here for Justin Fields and the Bears, but they got to figure out a way to put up some points offensively. And once again, that's coming right back to Matt Nagy. Can we put up some points offensively, folks? I mean, we know Justin Fields can do it. Start utilizing the dual threat ability, the read options, all of that, the screen plays, the quick hitters quickly, and let Justin Fields air it out. We believe Matt Nagy's holding Justin Fields back with the play calling. Hopefully it's not this week too. So we'll call this one Bucs minus 6.5. Then we get the Sunday night game, Colts at the 49ers. Alrighty, we'll see. We're not buying Carson Wentz. We shouldn't have even won that game. We broke it down. He had like 3 big plays. Actually, only 2 because one was a Jonathan Taylor, like 80-yard run that set up the touchdown. So the Colts had like 3 plays that went big that they were able to capitalize with touchdowns, and the Texans have Davis Mills. I mean, no big playability factor in that, man. Not quite yet. This 49ers defense is pretty solid. We'll see, 49ers coming off of a bye. Jimmy Garoppolo should be good to go here. Trey Lance is a little questionable as well. Let's see, Jimmy Garoppolo questionable and Trey Lance questionable as well. So, if they're both a little banged up, they're going to go with Jimmy Garoppolo. So expect Jimmy Garoppolo to play this game and try and win his kind of starting job back. Not that Trey Lance did himself any favors, the game before the bye. So this Colts team may be feeling themselves a little bit, and this is where we may get the disrespect by Vegas, folks, because we're going to call this one 49ers minus 4. Yeah, 49ers minus 4, folks. You get 49ers minus 3 because of the home field, and I'm saying that this 49ers team is better overall than the Colts, and we may be able to get some good value. Maybe Vegas overvalues the Colts, undervalues the 49ers, but 49ers off of a bye. Colts still doing nothing. It's not like Carson Wentz is looking good. It's not like this Colts offense is looking good. The running game is good. I like the running game. The passing game is good. It's not anything special. They're 2-4, and I would say, yeah, this is maybe like a 3-3 team. But I can't buy this Colts team, folks. There's nothing good about them. Carson Wentz is not consistent at all. Michael Pittman Jr. is not even in the offense last week since T.Y. Hilton got there, and they connected to T.Y. Hilton like once. They were still not moving the ball, folks. We broke it down. Don't fall in love with that final score outcome. They barely won that game. If Tyrod Taylor was in for the Texans, I don't even think the Colts win the game. So the Texans definitely need Tyrod Taylor back, and unfortunately he's not back this week. So I'm calling it 49ers minus 4. This is the game where we could get some great value, and if we do, I'm going to make Vegas pay for that. Don't y'all worry. All right, and then the Monday night game here, Saints at Seahawks. Once again, a Geno Smith-led Seahawks team, but they're at home this time. The Saints still with Jameis Winston. We'll see how he's looking here. Saints just came off the bye last week. Is that correct? Have we not seen them in a week? What do we got here? No, they just played. Oh, what do we talk about? They just played Sunday Night Football with the Steelers. Our apologies. Yeah, the Seahawks here at home. Saints not able to move the ball down the field, consistently. This is going to be a nice opportunity for the Saints to do so, especially against this the Seahawks defense. Nothing really that great overall. Seahawks at home is the best thing about it. These two teams are kind of evenly matched. Jameis Winston should outperform Geno Smith, but we haven't really seen Jameis Winston really do it for the game, consistently. So we'll see what the Saints team is going to be looking like here. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. What do I want to see? What do I want to see? Oh, the Saints were on the bye. Did I say the Saints? I meant to the Saints. Yeah, I was going to say. I was like, that didn't. I was going what I said over my head. I was like, that didn't make sense. Yeah, Saints were on the bye last week. Saints coming off the bye. Michael Thomas, is he good to go? We were kind of hearing early on, in the offseason, hey, he's going to be out kind of till the bye. So let's quickly take a quick look right here. Is Michael Thomas good to go? No, he's still on the PUP list, so they haven't activated him yet, and I think they would have done it by now. But we're going to call this one Seahawks -2.5. I like this Saints team a little bit better overall. Their defense is a little bit better overall, but Seahawks at home, we give them the 3. It's going to be a good game. We'll see what Geno Smith can do. He's playing really good football, just unfortunately turning over the ball at the last possession. One time his fault, one time not his fault, so we'll get the tiebreaker this game. So it's going to probably be a close game. Take the points if you get them. We'll call it Seahawks -2.5. Alrighty, now that we have all the lines predicted, let's go to DraftKings Sportsbook and see what the lines are. Is our thinking lining up exactly on par with Vegas's thinking? And where is that sweet, sweet disrespect that we can cash in on, folks? Let's figure out and find out why. Here we go, the Thursday night game tonight, Broncos at Browns. We predicted this line at Broncos. Whoa, we predicted this one at Broncos -6.5, and we over predicted this one as heck. Holy cow, they're calling this one Broncos +1. Wow, real small spread right here. A lot of believability in Case Keenum, but we know the running game is not there, and I don't think Case Keenum is going to single-handedly get it done here for this Browns team. Let's quickly take a quick look at yeah, right here, perfect. Let's see, where is this defense here for the Broncos overall at? Are they good? Did they just have a little bit of a stinker performance last week? So here we go. Where do we got here with the Denver Broncos? And I mean, they're 6th in points allowed, folks. They've only given up 110 points. The Browns have given up. How many points have the Browns given up here? The Browns have given up 151. So overall, just point totals. The Broncos are not letting you score. They've only given up 1,800 yards in total, which is real solid out here. Do they give up the run or the pass? They give up 1,300 passing yards, which is real good. This is real good. Really kind of below average a little bit. Average is 1,400, so fantastic. And in the rushing attack, they've given up only 513 yards. The average is 661, so they're not going to allow that third-string running back to get it done. I think I'm liking the Broncos here to get back on track. Give Teddy Bridgewater his credit. He is not holding this team back. And the Browns, without Case Keenum, if they can get it done without Case Keenum, or with Case Keenum without Baker Mayfield, that's just going to send the media into a frenzy of, hey, you've got to get rid of Baker Mayfield right now. So I don't know if the Browns get it done collectively offensively. I think the Broncos defense steps up. I think this is solid value here. Broncos +1. We were ready to swallow 6.5 points, folks. Like, that's crazy. So give me the Broncos +1. Give me the Broncos on the road. Let me see Teddy Bridgewater go get it done. This is a big must-win game here for the Broncos. Still for the Browns as well, but they have an excuse. Oh, we didn't have our running game. We didn't have Baker Mayfield. Broncos, they're like, we need to win this game. We're 3-3. If we lose, the only thing we can say is, oh, we were on the road on Thursday night. That's the only reason why we lose this game. So I think I like the Broncos here plus a point, folks. That's going to be our official pick tonight. Good value. This is good value. Not great value. Good value here. Broncos +1. Alrighty, now let's head over to the Sunday slate. Here we go and start off with the Bengals at the Ravens. We've predicted this line at Ravens -5, and it's going to be Ravens -6.5. So right under that 7-point hook. Live and die by it. So, yeah, I think this is exactly what we were saying. We, went a little bit low, so we understand the 6.5-point spread right here. But, yeah, this is going to be the true test right here, and I don't think I take the Bengals +6.5. I really kind of stay away from this game. This is no great value since it's on that kind of hook of, you score with 3s and 7s. If they win by a touchdown, you lose, all of that, depending on how you bet it. So I would stay away from it just because it's on that hook line, and this is the test here for the Bengals. I don't know if the Ravens blow out the Bengals like they just blow out the Chargers. I think the Bengals can keep it a little bit more competitive. It's just how much. This is the spread. Vegas knows the game right here, folks. This is why we have to stay away from it. Stay away from this game. I advise y'all to stay away from the game. I'm not taking this game. I'm not going to take this in our picks tomorrow. No way. This is the game. This is the test game. This is the game. Vegas is playing the test. I mean, this is what Vegas does, folks. This is why it's so hard to find the disrespect. This is nowhere near disrespect. This is exactly what it should be, folks. That's exactly what it should be. Jeez, they're playing the game. They're playing the game. Can't fault them. They're playing the game. Alrighty, Washington at Green Bay, folks. We predicted this line at Packers minus 8.5, and it's Packers minus 7.5. So exactly right on par with our thinking. This is going to be a blowout for the Packers. I expect Aaron Rodgers to get back to it. And, you know, if the Washington football defense finally arrives, the plus 7.5 is a good value for Washington, but we just don't see it happening, and we're not going to wait around and play around to it to happen. And remember, all those kind of turnovers were kind of on the Chiefs last week. It wasn't really the Washington football team forcing those, and even if the defense is good, we saw, you know, the defense flounder in the second half because Taylor Heineke and the offense was not consistently putting up the points. That gets in the head of the defense. That gets the motivation to the offense and on the other team, and they're able to blow it out in the second half like we've seen 40 times already this season, folks. We've seen it so many times. That's exactly what's happening here. So Packers minus 7.5, solid value, solid value. Alrighty, next one up is Falcons at Dolphins. We predicted this one at Dolphins minus 4.5, and that's the mother-loving disrespect. There it is, folks. The first disrespect of this week that we are absolutely going to cash in on is Dolphins plus 2.5. We just had two big, utter disrespects last week. Hit them both. This is the one this week. At least one so far. We've only been talking about 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fourth game up that we're talking about, and we've already got disrespect. Are you out of your gosh dang gourd, folks? Dolphins plus 2.5 at home. Oh, revenge game. All of that for the loss last week in London. Oh my goodness. Here it is, folks. The disrespect. Dolphins plus 2. What, Matt Ryan? Matt Ryan's going to get it done on the road? Okay, they're coming off of a bye. Now, that is the best thing here for this Falcons team. But overall, it's Tua, folks. He's always puts you in the game. Now, if they can get over the bad coaching here by the Dolphins, this Dolphins team can be winning games. Oh my goodness. And we get 2.5 points at home. Don't disrespect this team, Vegas. Come on. This is the value. That's the disrespect. Cash in. Dolphins win outright. This is not. This is going to be a big game for the Dolphins, folks. Everybody's chatting about this Dolphins team. They're making the trade for Deshaun Watson. Tua can't play. Brian Flores should be fired. All that. The offensive coordinators can't call plays. They're hearing all that. They take advantage and they get it going right before the bye. They must win this game. This is a must-win game for the Dolphins. If they go 1-6, season is over. Heading into the bye, they salvage it by winning this game, going into the bye, and fixing everything that is wrong, which is obviously not Tua. We just did a 40-minute breakdown of them. 40 minutes? Was it 40 minutes? Maybe only 20. But we just did that breakdown yesterday in our Wednesday film study. Dolphins plus 2.5. Disrespectful value. Vegas, you have done it again. You have done it again with the disrespect. There it is. Dolphins plus 2.5. Spoiler alert, this is our pick tomorrow when we make our official picks. Jeez Louise. Man, there it is. All righty, let's keep going with the disrespect. Where's the next disrespectful value? Let's find it. Here we go. Next matchup up is the Jets at the Patriots. We predicted this line at Patriots minus 3, and wow, it's Patriots minus 6.5. Real interesting right here. Now, Patriots, obviously their defense is good, but Zach Wilson coming off of a bye. So why did the Jets get, not favored off of a bye, but y'all are going to favor the Falcons off of the bye? That heavy? Come on, disrespectful value. Dolphins plus 2.5. Get it while you can. Jeez. But Jets at the Patriots here. Jets plus 6.5 is looking really appetizing, honestly. Like we said, Zach Wilson, hey, he says he's figured out what is wrong. We heard him, after the London game. He figured out what he did wrong. Let's see if he fixed it up and cleaned it up. We've got to see that from him. Patriots, Mac Jones, we've seen him throw, 30-plus times, not good. We've seen him throw 25 less times, very, very good. So it's just depending on what this Patriots team is going to do offensively. We know their defense is real solid. Matthew Judon versus Zach Wilson. Good luck, Zach Wilson. Matthew Judon's been wrecking havoc the entire season. So this is going to be a good game to watch. We'll see what happens. Spread is a little bit too big to swallow. 6.5 for the Patriots. Yeah, they went toe-to-toe with the Cowboys, but once again, the refs got in the way a little bit, and uncharacteristic turnovers by the Cowboys made it seem a little bit closer than it was. And then the big deep shot, at the end of the game that went, 75 yards on one play. Just so I'm not buying this Patriots team all this. So Jets plus 6.5, I think is solid value right there. It's not disrespect. It's not anything like that. It's just solid value, I would say. All right, then we get the Panthers at the Giants. We predicted this game at Panthers -6.5, and it's only Panthers -3. That's amazing value right there. Panthers -3 against this Giants team. I know the Panthers offense, we don't really like the offense, but the defense is real solid right here. And this Giants team is just absolutely nothing. They have no identity. I don't even know if they, honestly, if you told me the Giants didn't play a game all season so far, I would probably be like, yeah, that's probably right, because they're so unmemorable. They're just nothing, folks. Panthers only have to give up 3, folks, and you're talking about, they're comparing this Panthers-Giants game exactly to the Falcons-Dolphins game. That's not a comparison to make, folks. No way, with the spread line being basically the same. I cannot believe the disrespect by the Dolphins, folks. There it is. Alrighty, let's keep moving on here. Panthers -3 is great value, I would say. I don't like giving Sam Darnold all that credit. I don't think he deserves all that credit, but that's how bad this Giants team is. All right, then we get the Chiefs at the Titans. We predicted this game at Titans -2.5, and there's the disrespectful value again, folks. Titans +5. Did y'all not just learn your lesson with the Titans +5, 5.5, 6? Oh my God, Titans keep it close, folks. Derrick Henry can control the clock, control the game, and we get 5 points at home here for the Titans, with the Chiefs turning the ball over 3-4 times a game. Are you nuts? This game is close at the end of the day. Maybe the Chiefs win, but we get 5 here. Another disrespectful value here set by Vegas. Titans disrespected 2 weeks in a row like that. Damn. Titans +5, folks. Fantastic value. Oh my goodness, I love it. That's our pick tomorrow. I'm spoiling all the picks tomorrow. You don't even have to come to the show tomorrow. Dolphins +2.5, Titans +5. Do what y'all need to do with that information and make some gosh dang money. Holy moly. Damn. Chiefs -5? Oh my goodness. I don't believe it. I don't like it. I don't think that's great value with this Chiefs team, who's turning the ball over and now is on the road here. That's great value. Titans +5, folks. Love it. Let's keep moving on here. So far, 2 disrespects, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more games to go, folks. Man, oh man. Let's build up this disrespect and get a nice parlay going, shall we? Here we go. Lions at Rams. We predicted this line at Rams -11, and it's Rams -15. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, we lowballed it. Vegas is highballing it. Exactly that. 2 possessions, more than that. Exactly that. Rams -15.5. That is not great value. I would stay away from that. Backdoor cover, all of those situations. You know, teams usually don't get blown out by, 3 scores or more. That doesn't really happen that often here. So no good value. There's no good value here. And taking the Lions +15 is not good value at all. No way. So exactly what the line should be. Big value. Or big line. Bad value. All right, then we get the Eagles at the Raiders. We predicted this line at Raiders -5.5, and it's Raiders -3. Ooh, this is good value. Like we said, this is no disrespect to the Eagles. They're just not quite ready offensively. I like their defense. Their defense is real solid. Their offense, I don't believe it's that consistent to be competitive, especially going on the road here in Las Vegas with this high-powered offense that is still putting up the points. I think only swallowing 3 with the Raiders is really good value here. Hopefully the Eagles can keep it close. That's what Vegas is saying here. Hopefully they can do that. We'll see if they can do that. All right. Texans at Cardinals. We predicted this line at Cardinals -13.5, and it is Cardinals -17.5. Yeah, so we definitely under-predicted the Rams line, the Cardinals line, but yeah, these are going to be big blowouts here. No great value, no good value at all. I would heavily stay away from Cardinals -17.5. Absolutely. All right, last 3 games up. Here we go. Bears at Bucks. We predicted this line at Bucks -6.5, and it's going to be Bucks -12. Ooh, wow. I think that might be starting to get into some disrespectful territory, giving us 12 points here with this Bears team. We think the defense can decently hold the Bucks. decently. They just held Aaron Rodgers decently, but they were at home. Another factor there. We'll see what this Bucs defense can do. But 12 there with the Bears. That is definitely appetizing. I'm not going to lie. We'll see if that's a sucker bet come on Monday. But I think that's a tempting line. And Vegas knows what they're doing, folks. They know what they're doing. And like we just said, with that Ravens-Bengals line of Ravens minus 6.5, they know what they're doing with that value. And this is real appetizing value with the Bears plus 12. We may fall for that trap. That might be a trap bet that we may fall into, folks. We'll see tomorrow. All right, then Colts 49ers. This is one where we could get real good value. Potential for disrespect. Are we going to get 3 disrespects here by Vegas this week? Here we go. Colts at 49ers. We predicted this game at 49ers minus 4. I'm really hoping for some points here. Let's see the disrespect. The line is, no, we're right on the line, so fantastic. 49ers minus 4.5. We predicted 49ers minus 4. We thought Vegas may overlook this 49ers team, but this is exactly right. No bias ability. This is not good value with the Colts plus 4.5. I think this is the sucker bet that Vegas might be setting up right here. Colts plus 4.5 I don't think is any good value here. Colts on the road, Colts in close games, Colts versus teams that are decently good in this league. It doesn't result into anything. They lose those games. They lose the games close. They lose all of that. So 49ers here off of the bye. Jimmy G most likely back at quarterback, trying to get his job back, at least secure it and be like, hey, don't even think about you starting Trey Lance because this is what I'm doing. So 49ers defense eats the Colts alive. Damn. Vegas, we respect you. That well played, Vegas. Well played. And then the Monday night game, last game of the week here, Saints at Seahawks. We predicted this line at Seahawks minus 2.5 and a Seahawks plus 4.5. Wow. Yeah, I think this might be a little bit of disrespect as well. This Seahawks offense with Geno Smith, I think is solid. It's not obviously as good as Russell Wilson, but it's manageable. They were in the game. Unfortunately, he floundered at the end of the game and fumbled the ball away and lost the game. That's unfortunate. Those things happen. But we get 4.5 here. We'll see what the Saints offense can do here off of the bye with Jameis Winston and all that. Don't think Michael Thomas is quite ready. Saints on the road here, and this Seahawks defense is going to have to start kind of getting it done a little bit more consistently, start having those takeaways and all that here. So that's going to be a good game. Seahawks plus 4.5 may be some solid value that we will potentially look into getting here. So that's interesting. Alrighty, those are the lines, folks. These are the Week 7 lines. Some nice disrespect. Dolphins plus 2.5. What was the other one? Dolphins plus 2.5. Titans plus 5. Titans still getting 5 points, folks. When are you all going to learn that Derrick Henry is the real mother-loving deal? Alrighty, so we're taking the Broncos plus 1 tonight, and we'll have our official picks tomorrow on the show. Alrighty, folks, that is going to do it for us today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We're back live tomorrow, noon Eastern, doing our NBA 10, breaking down the Thursday night game, making our official picks, and if we have time, we'll squeeze in Sam Darnold, and if not, we'll do that on Saturday, looking at all those incompletions and seeing if they are on him or the wide receivers. So we'll break that all down tomorrow and Saturday. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We're back tomorrow, folks. Join us if you will. Join us if you please. And make some money, please, this week. Don't let that opportunity pass you by like it passed you by last week. Go make that money, folks.